James's new school adventure. James had spent most of his summer cooped up in his room, reading and writing stories. But now, it was time for a new adventure. His family had just moved to a new town, and James was nervous about starting at a new school. He didn't know anyone, and he had no idea what to expect. As he walked through the school gates on his first day, James felt a wave of anxiety wash over him. The other kids all seemed to know each other, and he felt like an outsider. He tried his best to blend in, but he felt like he was wearing a neon sign that read, "New Kid." Despite his fears, James was determined to make a good impression. He straightened his shirt and walked confidently to his classroom, hoping that he wouldn't make a fool of himself. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned for James. He struggled to make friends, and the other kids seemed to be talking about things he didn't understand. He felt like he was on the outside looking in, and it was starting to wear on him. To make matters worse, Tyler, the most popular kid in school, singled him out and started teasing him. Tyler and his friends would make fun of James's clothes, his accent, and anything else they could think of. James tried his best to ignore them, but it was getting harder and harder. He started to dread going to school, and he spent most of his breaks sitting alone, staring at his notebook and wondering if he would ever fit in. Despite the challenges he faced at school, James found solace in his writing. He spent every free moment scribbling in his notebook, creating fantastical worlds and complex characters. It was the one place where he felt like he could be himself and express his true feelings. One day, during lunch break, a girl named Maya spotted him scribbling away in his notebook. She was curious about what he was writing and asked him if she could take a look. James was hesitant at first, but he eventually relented. Maya read a few pages and was impressed by his writing. She asked him if he wanted to share more, and before he knew it, they were talking about their favorite books and stories. Over the next few weeks, James and Maya became fast friends. They shared their stories with each other and talked about their dreams for the future. James felt like he had finally found someone who understood him. Maya was kind and empathetic, and she saw something special in James. She encouraged him to share his writing with her, and she was always there to lend an ear when he needed it. James was grateful for her friendship, and he felt like he had finally found his place in the world. One day, while James and Maya were walking to class, they saw Tyler and his friends cornering a younger student. They were taunting him and shoving him around. James and Maya knew they had to do something. They walked up to Tyler and told him to stop. At first, Tyler laughed and called them names, but then James stood up to him. He told him that what he was doing was wrong and that he needed to stop. Tyler was taken aback by James's courage. He didn't know what to do. For the first time, he saw that James was a person with feelings, just like him. From that day forward, Tyler and his friends left James alone. They even started to be nicer to him, inviting him to join in their games at recess. James had won the battle, but he knew that he still had a long way to go. He had made one friend, but he wanted to make more. He also wanted to continue to improve his writing, and he knew that he needed to work hard to achieve his goals. Over the next few weeks, James continued to write in his notebook, honing his craft and experimenting with new ideas. He also started to talk to more of his classmates, trying to find common ground and build new friendships. One day, Maya approached James with a big smile on her face. She told him that she had an idea for a story and that she wanted to collaborate with him. James was thrilled at the idea of working on a project with his friend. They spent the next few weeks brainstorming and writing, bouncing ideas off each other, and crafting a truly magical tale. When they were finished, they presented their story to their class. Everyone was impressed by their creativity and storytelling skills, and James felt a sense of pride that he had never experienced before. As the school year drew to a close, James realized that he had come a long way since his first day at his new school. He had faced his fears, made new friends, and discovered his passion for writing. He knew that the road ahead would be filled with new challenges, but he was ready for whatever came his way. With a smile on his face and a spring in his step, James walked out of the school gates, ready for his next adventure.